Hello viewers, welcome to CodeForAny. Fruit Markets Nodes API App API inside today to make here the most important API or the main category list. You need to forget years for making here the API. Otherwise, you need to start here the websites. You need to starting here the home page API integrations with here the UI. You need to start it, but you need to forget one API. Need to needs for these screens. That's why you need to call here because you need to forget this API. First of all, you need to make this API, and tomorrow to start this year, this set this all data for the home screens. You need to integration need to set here. First of all, you need to how to making like this here. We need to create here the API. This is the normal API. Need to create here the post API. Need to write down here the app dot post, and we need to create here the slash API slash app slash, and we need to write down here the main category list, and we need to create here request like yours, and we need to put here now helper be no needs. Need to check this here the access tokens to call this here the function check tokens request dot headers, and we need to pass this here the response, and we need to set this here the callbacks inside. We need to, if here valid for this response, then to get this here the user objects, we need to returning here for these methods. Now we need to call here the methods for the db dot query, and we need to setting this here the data. Need to call this here the select query. Need to make here write down here select. Need to set this here the columns names main get dot underscore id. Then after we need to need this here the main get name underscore name. Then after we need to need this here the status. If you give or not matters, but you need to put is good. Now where conditions not true, where need to use this here the from. Use this here the table names main category, and we need to write down here where, and we need to set this here the status is equal to set here the one, and we need to get this here the all data and pass this here the blank value, errors and result. I actually need to write down here. If we need to set here the errors, and we need to call this here the helper dot throw HTML errors, pass this here the error and response, return these functions, and need to write down here the response dot JSONs. Need to set here the status, and we need to set here the one, and return this here the payload payloads, and we need to write down here the result. We need to pass this here for this data set here, and we need to save this here like here. This is for the integrations are the needs here, and we need to save this for things. And this API are the done here, and now need to restart here like here, and now need to call this API inside the websites. And to get this here the list of the main category list like here the vegetables, dry foods, fruits, like this information need to getting here, and to call this here the websites. Now need to open this here the app codes fruit markets app, and this is the app codes, and to declare this here the globe files, to write down here the static Cost and main category get list. Now to set here the API dollar base URL slash app slash and you need to also here the main categories dot apps and semicolons. Need to like this here the declares and to fix this here the this list and we need to save this here. Now how to call this API? We need to go inside here the first of all the home tabs and we need to declare this here the array of the list of the category. To write down here list category and like array like this declares and you need to go here the bottoms functions and to write down here the to do and to set this here the service call like here. Need to write down here the functions, not functions. Need to call here the void methods and need to write down here the API calling and need to get this here the main get list category list like here. Need to getting like this all data we need to find out here. Now need to go any API calls of the previously admin sites. So need to copy all the data. Need to call here. Otherwise, we need to call here the first of all one functions. Need to write down here the methods how to call this here. Need to write down here the use here globe dot show HUD methods need to call here. Now need to write down here service call dots need to call this here the post methods. Pass this here the blank parameters and we need to give this here the name SV and set here main categories and now need to get here is token API. We need to set here the true because after login every API need to pass here the tokens. Otherwise need to unauthorized access need to returning for this API. That's why need to first of all to managing here. Set here the true and with success blocks we need to write down here like this brackets. If to get this here the response object like this. We need to machines like this write down here and need to write down here the fail blocks. Set here the error and we need to write down here the machines. Semicolons need to all things need to write down here. Now need to first of all the disable this HUD. Need to hide HUD functions. Need to calling here. Again, so need to copy and get after response also need to disable here and make sure so need to start this here the API the load screens initiates inside you need to call this API otherwise need to not get this every data. Now need to calling here API callings main category list need to call here and you need to getting this here the call data. Now we need to check here if response objects and to set here the key dots status to string is equal to set here to 1 means here the success otherwise you get this here the fails and if you call this here the empty show alerts need to write down here the globe dots dot app names and to pass this here the message it will get inside the response object key dots need to set here the message and to string on press events maybe it will not read any actions like we need to write down here now need to set this here the set states if mounted. Like this, we need to put here the conditions if mounted like yes, and we need to paste this here. Like so we need to set now. Need to save all data categories. Maybe need to variables names category array. This declarations for these variables and also declare here to write down here's response object this dot key dot payload as list to like this calling here and save this here. Need to set here now need to save and need to configure. Now this is are the done here and making here the for each loops need to call here and need to return this data need to write down here list to category array and need to call this here the app functions get get object like here we need to set this here to list like here and we need to get this buttons here expand and we need to turn like this methods removes this maybe also this buttons. And now let's here the where index is equal to get array and first where index where index of need to getting here the elements need to put here index of like here. If here index selected tabs equal to index means here the selected now need to get here the object is equal to all this here the category array index as we need to set here the value now write down here the object and to write down direct names we need to pass here main underscore get underscore name set here to string and set here now we need to save here and need to restart this app and to testing here for these applications and we need to get like this here the list and also need to check here the API calls need to get 200 this API response servers are goods and also make sure to check here the debug logs and to getting like this here the list vegetables dry foods and fruits need to same as we need to show here for this list and display here now need to making here the change database inside the directly need to one category need to remove now need to go inside here the main categories like go and we need to disable this here the dry foods need to set here mark as a delete otherwise need to set here the inactives and we need to make also here the conditions only active categories we need to show for this app sites like we need to making here the conditions we need to setting here the status is equal to need to set here the once only once then we need to get here the list Like we need to conditions. Now need to restart this apps. Again, so need to show here and we need to check here the list here. Maybe list not updated. Now list is updated. Now need to update now and again we need to restart this app. Connected and to show here the vegetables and fruits like to this is the dynamically need to set here. Now two more need to call this here the home screen API need to call here. First of all need to get here the subcategories inside we need to get this here the fruit list need to make here the yesterday this API need to making here for this grids. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.